I was expecting to know everyone within about 2 weeks, and that actually turned out to be true. I did know everyone within about 2 weeks. But you know, I think that's actually an advantage. Leaving now, I feel like, actually, you know, it was Steve Wilson who put it best. He said, at other universities, there are small communities within the broader university community. Spring Hill's a place where there's really one community. You know, we eat together in the same place. Now I live in a residence hall. I see people in the classroom and all that. So I see it as a great advantage. I was a little bit unsure of what it would be like when I first got here.
Fashion is life.
Dr. Bach, could you tell me how you decide which color to wear every day?
Well, it's really difficult. You know, I have to decide whether to wear the black shirt with the black pants or the black pants with the black shirt. So it's always a difficult decision, but I usually go with the black shirt and black pants.
Can you tell me about how you decide which collar to choose?
Well, I have 15 different versions of the same white collar, and so it's really just a matter of choosing between those 15.
As I'm taking the next step in my life's journey, 10 years on the Hill, I'll be moving on to San Antonio, taking a new position out there, moving on May the 10th. So certainly going to miss the Hill, but excited to be at yet another graduation. This will be the 7th graduation in a row that I've been in attendance for. It never gets old. It was such a bittersweet moment for me to walk across the Avenue of the Oaks in 2010. Working on my master's here, not going to be able to finish it here, so won't become a double badger like some of my esteemed colleagues, but certainly excited to see this great senior class that I had a hand in recruiting graduate.
So another thing I'll miss, living in the residence halls too, which has been really interesting and great. That I went to get in the elevator a couple nights ago, and in Portier, of course, our enterprising students have put furniture in the elevator, and the door opened, and Patrick Lamica and Jacob Campos were just having a party on the elevator and said, "Oh, Dr. Ball, come on in." So in I went, riding up and down the elevator, sitting down for a spell. It's so much fun. It's fun to live with the students because that's the heart of who we are. It's the heart of what we do here.
Hold on to me as we go, as we roll down this unfamiliar road. And although this way...
Well, Sodality is an interesting story because it's not at all something that I expected to do when I came here. It wasn't. It was never even on the radar, really. Before I received my mission to Spring Hill College, I made a retreat here on campus, and I spent most of that retreat in the Sodality Chapel. So I'd had familiarity with Sodalities at other Jesuit institutions, and I'd spent most of that retreat in the Sodality Chapel, but I didn't come with the idea of let's do this thing. And the more that I experienced from hearing from students that there was this great spiritual hunger, they wanted to go deeper, they wanted to do something beyond what was just expected or required. Then hearing from Father Viscardi about the history of the Sodality, things began to fall into place. And Sodality is very important to the history of Spring Hill College. You know, the Jesuits were so insistent on having the Sodality in place when we took over the school in 1847 that they actually started the Sodality before classes even began. So the Sodality was formed in May of 1847. Classes started in August of 1847. So it was such a priority for the founding Jesuit generation that that when I realized that, plus you see the desire of the students for something like that, it seemed pretty evident. So I do think that that Sodality is just one of the great fruits that you see springing up.
The trouble